Quick little video to talk about CMAX battery trays. We have a whole bunch of these available from our GCM Racing Shapeways store. This particular one is the left-hand side for the Toyota Hilux Mojave body. And we're just going to give you a couple of tips on installing these. First of all, as you would note from the Shapeways instructions, we ask you to clean out all the printing dust from the two holes that are on the outside of the battery tray. These will line up with the body holes that you can use for attachment for your body. If you decide that you want to have a hinging battery tray, then only use a solid screw in the front and use a set screw in the back that will stick out from the battery tray just slightly so that you can pull the body away from the battery tray and then swing the battery tray down. On the inside of the battery tray, you will also notice on the inside that there's a screw hole here in the front, and there's one here at the back. And at the same with before, please use the instructions on Shapeways to clean all the printing dust out of these holes before you insert a screw. Otherwise, it's basically you're just screwing into dust and you won't get any screw bite. So please clean out the holes first and follow the Shapeways instructions there. And if you do want to have a hinging battery tray out of this, then you can use a solid screw in the front hole and use a longer set screw in the rear hole. And what that will allow you to do is pull the body away from the truck to release the two set screws in the back, and then you can hinge the tray down, and that will just simply drop out of the way so that you can hinge this down and then just load your battery in from the bottom and clip it back into your body. And you'll notice on with the battery trays, they are specific to the suspension kind that you have. If you have a CMAX that has leaf springs, then you'll notice here that the inside of the battery tray actually bolts directly to the CMAX frame with the two holes that are towards the center of the skid plate, the center of the cross member for the transfer case. These inside battery trays for the leaf spring setup are different than they are for the coil spring setup. So please pay attention to that, and so you buy trays that will fit your suspension setup. That's very important. There is no link plate on the leaf spring truck, so the battery trays are a different size, and the way that the tray mounts onto the chassis is different. You'll notice here on the coil spring truck that the coil spring truck has the link mounting plate on it. It bolts to the chassis right on the rails where the leaf spring battery tray would go. So we have included new holes. You can see the two new holes right here. These two new screw holes are already threaded, so when you buy a battery tray set that is made for a coil spring truck, for instance an XJ Jeep or a D90 or a D110, then these holes right here would be used for mounting your battery tray as opposed to the ones up here on the frame. And of course the link plates make the chassis slightly wider, and therefore the battery trays are different size than the leaf spring truck because of the coil mounting, the link mounting plates for the coil springs. So that would be how you do your installation on your battery trays, whether you have the leaf spring truck or the coil spring truck. And please, if you have any questions about your Shapeways battery tray mounts for your specific body, then do send us a note at gcmracing.ca, and we will look after you. And thanks very much for watching.